wanna know? Oh, no, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champion's corner time. Oh, oh, WWE and they only break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat, all the action, all the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
And just like that, the Champions Corner is back on your screen. Like I said, I tell you, boy, I don't care what screen it is, as long as you tune in, we here ready to talk about your favorite thing, my favorite thing, the professor's favorite thing, wrestling, professional wrestling, that is. I mean, if you like the other kind, the Greco-Roman, that's cool too. I watch it every now and again.
Kurt Angle, baby. I watch it because Kurt Angle and Scott
Hey.
Steiner did it.
That's my guy. That's my guy. We welcome you in. Come on, sit down, grab a snack, grab a drink. I got some eggnog right here. Tis the season, you know what I'm saying? But we're here to talk about, Monday Night Raw, NXT, AEW. You know how we do. I mean, did you see Raw? How New Day just got booed out the building? Did you see the outfit Seth had on? Did he skin the Cookie Monster?
All right. It's a Muppet.
And do you think Finn Balor is going to be world champion and tag team champion at the same damn time? I don't know, but we're going to start off with Raw. We're going to go through all of that. Finn Balor, I want to start with how Gunther kind of tore into this man. Because, boy, Gunther said you was the best in the world like 7-8 years ago for one night. Because you don't.
Wow. Yeah. The Universal title, yeah. You only won. He didn't even have it for 24 hours.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Ain't like he just lost it. He got injured, bro. So, but leading up to that, he beat Roman Reigns 1-on-1, and he beat Seth Rollins to get the championship. So he kind of say he was like, yeah, the best in the world at that time. Because those two right now are probably best in the world right now. Still, they still running the business.
Top dogs, literally.
Top dogs. And Gunther said, man, I used to look up to you, man, but now, figuratively and literally, I'm looking down on you.
The disrespect, though. That's how I see it. It's disrespectful, but I get where Gunther's coming from because, I mean, since Finn has been part of Judgment Day, he's kind of been a second banana, especially when Damian Priest was there. Now, I understand that since he is the new spokesperson for the Judgment Day, he is now seen more as a leadership role. But no, there is a case to be made that Finn Balor has kind of just been coasting. He hasn't really been that top guy that he at one point ever was.
Yeah, and I feel like his NXT run was probably his best ever run. I mean, like what you say he did in New Japan, but as far as over here in the States and whatnot, boy, that NXT run was classic. Great.
The first one or the second one? Because he had two.
The first one.
Okay.
I mean, the second one was still cool. He came back. I like how he did everything when he came back, like the heel version of what he was. And saying, yeah, you can do the bright lights and stuff like that. I remember he said the line, but I'm on Broadway, doing Broadway show. I'm doing more work down here. I'm sharpening my craft. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of actors do. And now, after go to Broadway, sharpen up their craft, and then they head back to the limelight and movies and, all that.
That's what some comedians do. They kind of just go back and do stand-up after doing movies. Jamie Foxx had a stand-up recently. Jerry Seinfeld is going to be here, I think, next week.
Okay,
So, yeah.
I still got to check out that Jamie Foxx. I really want to check that out. But yeah, that's what Finn Balor was doing on that second run. But yeah, that first run, he was fighting guys, the matches with Samoa Joe and stuff like that. And I was like that. Those on the matches, that's the Finn Balor I like to see right there. And like I said, I thought he was real well on that pace when he got to the main roster. Because he immediately shot to that Universal Championship. Beat Roman Reigns, beat Seth Rollins. So I feel like they were keeping him on that pace, which was surprising to me at the time. But I was happy about it. But like I said, he got injured, and from what he was saying before in some interviews, it's like he still adjusted for that whole year. From the time he was injured, and even when he got back, it was a whole another year to where he was still adjusting to the main roster. And from then he just had Intercontinental, U.S. championships, firstly at tag teams, just like he got now. And then, like I say, found his way to the Judgment Day.
Or the Judgment Day found him because remember it was supposed to just be Edge and Damian, and then and Rhea. Yeah, that's right. Because Finn came in and they kicked Edge out. And I gotta say, I'm familiar with the Bullet Club, Finn Balor, Prince Devitt being the leader of that. So I don't have a hard time seeing Finn Balor as a leader, as someone that can truly take over a team. So him being the current, I think he's a spokesperson for Judgment Day. I won't say he's a leader, because Judgment Day doesn't have leaders. That's his whole gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a spokesperson. I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I kind of like his chances this Saturday. I like his chances.
He had some, yeah. But with Damian Priest in there, also, because actually he was added to the match. Made it a triple threat from Adam Pearce, from your favorite guy, Adam Pearce.
Oh, yeah, finally, yeah. Look at him doing horrible work again, but fine. What else can I expect?
But he does have a chance, but he's trying to be that, like I said, spokesperson, that quote-unquote leader. But the way he kind of took a shot at Dominic on the way out to talk to Gunther, I was like, dang, was that necessary? Because he was talking about, you mistakenly gave Dominic the shot. And so I'm looking like Dominic like, dang, bro. You talking about you like that? You just walking out with this man like that? Like, how was that a mistake?
Well, what does Dom accomplish? To get a world title shot.
I mean, yeah, but this thing's going to be your teammate, your brother, the guy that is leading your team or whatever you want to say.
He is just a future of the team. He's just not ready to be world champion. When Randy Orton won the belt, Triple H said, good job. But then Triple H was like, not yet, though. Not yet. Too early, son. Too early.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie. To me, that was a heartbreaking moment. The heartbreak I got in that moment, because I was such a Randy Orton guy. I still one of the GOATs, bro, for real. But that moment right there, when he with that thumbs down and Batista had him on his shoulder and dropped him, I was like, no.
I always feel like they pulled the trigger on that a little too early, but I mean, we're here.
Right, he had that belt all month. I was like,
they took it from him real quick. So yeah, Finn Balor is just preventing that from being the case, in case Dominic had actually won, which Dominic's not ready for that just yet. So, he thought it was just a misinterpretation. You gave the wrong person a title shot type ordeal.
Yeah.
I like Finn Balor. Really.
Yeah, oh yeah, Finn Balor, he cool, man.
So I feel a little
I like how he's holding both titles up, because he got the best of him and Wrestle Judgment Day. He got the best of Damian Priest and Gunther in this exchange after they did their little talk. And so he was on a high horse, like I said, holding both titles up. Like, hey, that's a good picture right there. I kind of liked it. I ain't gonna lie. And I really think somebody is losing their title at Saturday night's main event. I really think somebody will lose. For this to be that first Saturday night's main event back, I feel like they want a big moment. And so I feel like, a title change doesn't have to be the big moment. Anything else can happen. But I really think a title change is happening this Saturday.
No, I kind of feel that. That's why I do like Finn Balor's odds in the situation. A lot of that also comes from the standpoint of the Judgment Day. Just them being a presence in any situation always gives a member that a good of a chance to win. Because you never know when they're going to step in, cause turmoil, and put things in their advantage. Ideally, that's what they do best.
Yeah, and this being a triple threat, it could save somebody from getting pinned. Namely, maybe they don't want to see Gunther get pinned. So either Damian or Finn Balor could take that loss.
There's also no disqualification, which even leads into more of a Judgment Day shenanigans.
Right. Well, Finn Balor has JD and Carlito, of course, but would Dominic be too focused on Liv keeping the title? He could be out there for both matches. The same case. But Liv being his girlfriend right now, will he be more focused on that on Saturday night, or will he help, especially like I said with that comment, or will he help Finn?
Yeah. The question is, will he help Finn? Because he could pull double duty, but he'd be like, nah, man, you got this.
Right. So, but I also like Damian Priest chances. Like, say, yeah, he almost beat Gunther once again if it wasn't for Finn Balor. But I guess we'll wait and see.
I don't know. I'm leaning towards Balor. I just am.
Oh, so
Something tells me something's gonna happen. I think that's my guy. I think I'm gonna pick him.
okay. So we doing, like I say, we doing. If through this, we doing our Saturday night main event predictions. So you got Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm taking Balor.
I feel like Gunther gonna find a way. Gunther gonna capitalize on one of their mistakes because Balor and Priest be so focused on each other and them going back and forth with Judgment Day. I think Gunther gonna find a way. So, but we'll see. We'll see about it. We'll see about it. But
yeah.
Well, New Day found a way to get a word out. Because when they came out there, the crowd, which is around them, I mean, I think they taking the top spot as the top heel right now, just that quick from Dominic.
Before we get there, let's start from the back when they first came in.
Y'all gonna go back, but I'll just that just threw me off. I didn't think we damn kind of booze like that.
Well, fans are emotional, so I get it. They're emotional.
Well, yeah, let's start from the beginning of the night when they were just coming in. They were trying to say what's up to everybody. Everybody was just like, bro, I might try to talk to you right now from what you did last week to Big E.
Oh my God.
I ain't. We ain't feeling that, bro. Like, we all love y'all, but Kobe was the nicest guy in the bag. Jimmy was too, but we saw the wheels turning with where he was going. But so we definitely just mostly surprised by Kofi. But either way, y'all together in this, y'all ain't had to talk to Big E like that. Y'all ain't had to do Big E like that. And when I think it was Kathy Kelly was interviewing them, and she was asking about last week. Except for Wood said, I already see how biased this interview gonna be. So
Yeah. Very indirect question. Not very biased. Very biased question, in my opinion. Not objective at all.
So they took things in their own hands. They took the camera from Stu, from a guy. He said, I don't care if you John Cena's little friend. Give me the camera.
Hang on. Didn't Cody Rhodes also approach him? Tell him, so you should be ashamed of yourselves?
Yeah.
And the audacity.
And that's the point. You see Cody on Raw. Is that transfer portal thing happening? Or transfer window?
No, he's just having a discussion with Adam Pearce. That's all. We'll see.
Yeah. But
who does Cody even think he is talking about something you should be ashamed of yourselves? I ain't gonna lie to you. When he said that to them, the nerve, that irked me a little bit when he said that. I don't know why, but he said you should be ashamed of yourself. They should us.
But it hurt just you. It hurt Xavier because Xavier and Cody have history. They was at rival high schools, so they known each other since they was in high school. And so that's why he said that when they walked off and talking about this guy, like he was a great guy back then, and he still ain't now. So they didn't very much have history. So, but yeah, they brushed Cody's comments off. But yeah, they went out to the ring with the camera and everything, and they all went through backstage and showing the crowd. And they just kind of surprised at the reaction of the crowd because they, like I said before, they was booing so hard. And they laid the camera down on the stairs, and the way Xavier was looking at the camera was like, "What did we even do?"
Well, I mean, look, this be for real though. In all honesty, okay, what did they do? They didn't attack Big E. They called him out on his BS, and they pretty much stated, you know what, we'll do it on our own then. How about that?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just emotionally detached from the situation, but honestly, I really do see it from their side of the situation. Biggie, I don't know. I don't want to get through it again, but the crowd hates them. They are definitely the biggest heels. You know, it's one thing to see Xavier Woods get this treatment, but I don't think anyone would ever thought Kofi Kingston would get this treatment, especially coming sometime off of it, but still coming off of Kofi Mania. It's just weird to contrast.
It is. But they was, like I said, explaining why, like, what we could have done, but we didn't do that. That's what they was trying to say. We could have took a chair to his back. We took a sledgehammer to his neck or whatever like that.
Like Triple H and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but we didn't do none of that.
No.
So what are y'all booing so hard for? What is this? They was like really confused by it, but they got so booed so hard they just left the ring. So it gives more time to milk this and give an explanation later. It's going to drag it out a little bit more. And like I said, continue to get this heat. Let it continue to build, and hopefully in every city they go to now they're booed just like they did when it was on this show.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's nothing to explain. They made their point clear. Now, yeah, the mission statement, they'll do that in the backstage segment because
Yeah, that's
the
probably
crowd
what
ain't
they
gonna let them
do.
do it.
Yeah, that's what it's probably going to lead to.
Yeah, no, they're gonna have to. That's like when Finn Balor tried to do his promo against Seth Rollins, and the crowd kept doing the Seth Rollins chant.
Yeah,
They going to cut that almost same segment the next week of Finn Balor in the back because the crowd. I
yeah,
get it. They're mad because of Big E and all that, but it's like, okay.
yeah. But this might lead to what I was saying, that their theme song might change. Because see, they came out with nothing.
Yeah, that's fine.
So
I find changes. It's just they should keep it for the sake of irony. But I mean, yeah, they can change it. This is supposed to be a whole new makeup of the team. But it's
and
keep for the sake of irony.
I like the fits. I like that Kofi had that zebra on, had that zebra Nikes on. I think one of those forces. I don't know if it's Jordan, but boy, it's kind of fresh out there. I was like, okay, I like this. But
Right.
Kofi a sneaker guy anyway, and I'm in the sneakers myself. But so I was liking that. And then, Xavier had the little button up. But I'm very much intrigued. Like I said, they ain't been this hot in a long time, so I'm very much intrigued about how this moves forward.
Definitely.
So, yeah, oh yeah. But I also want to see there's the next thing leading to with Punk and Seth Rollins, because Punk had an interview, pretty much laid back interview, back in the locker room and whatnot.
Yeah, that was a good interview actually. I like that one because I like how he pretty much laid it out, saying I don't know what his problem is with me. He came to me as a kid. I trained him for free, and I shielded him from getting fired from this place. So I don't know what his beef is with me, but you know what? If he wanted, he can get it.
Yeah,
But honestly, seriously though, I don't know. I do think Seth Rollins kind of being a bit much. Like, what's your beef, really?
and Punk is acting like he don't think about Seth Rollins, but we all know.
Why? Why does he have to think about it? He's thinking about getting the world title. He was out there trying to give a speech pointing at WrestleMania sign, and here comes Seth Rollins. Every time CM Punk tries to have a speech directing something, here comes Seth. Remember when he beat Drew? No, when did he beat Drew? I can't remember what it was. He beat someone. He said he was going after the world title. Seth Rollins came out. Again, he talked about winning the Rumble Elimination Chamber. Seth Rollins come out. He is trying to move on. Seth, on the other hand.
But he has to know that Seth is focused on him. No matter how much he's not focused on himself, Seth is coming after him, and it's coming to a head. Moment after moment, building up to this, Seth is right there on your ass.
Yeah, but it's like, but there's why though. That's the thing. Like, I'm saying from the side of CM Punk, I'm not thinking about him the way he's thinking about me. To say that.
Yeah. And that's what he kind of said last week, where like I said, I didn't know I'm running races I didn't know I was running with certain people. And so and that's his explanation for it. But with what Seth is saying, Punk is leaving out some stuff. And at first I was like, come on, Seth, because when he said, yeah, CM Punk ghosted me, I was like, bro, you that mad about that? But I let him keep talking, and more and more, it did kind of make sense, I guess. Well, he said you kind of abandoned everybody who was rooting for you backstage, or who thought they was good with you or friends with you backstage after you left, and you felt like, oh, if they didn't leave, then they was the bad guy. If they didn't leave, if everybody else didn't leave with you, then they were the bad guy. And year after that, you trashed the WWE and talked bad about it and said, oh, it's like the worst place or whatever. So, and Seth Rollins waves that WWE flag hard. You defended against anybody. So
yeah, he's Mr. WWE. He's done that quite a few times. He went up with Ospreay back in 2019 or 2018 about WWE. Yeah, he's very pro.
There's several people, I think, and that's kind of, people was kind of down on Seth a little bit around probably like 2019 with him talking to certain people like Ospreay online. So people, and when he was talking about, I make more money and all that. Some people didn't like Seth when he did that, but either way, Seth waves that flag for WWE harder than probably anybody, because that's why he doesn't like CM Punk. That's why he doesn't like Roman Reigns. He calls Roman Reigns a tyrant. And like I said, and anybody else, like I said, talk bad or is a tyrant over WWE or not doing it the right way, like he feel like he is.
But Roman is a tyrant, though. Roman really was a tyrant.
Hey, here we go.
Well, here we go. Like I'm not a.
I don't know. Like I said, Seth should have the least to beef with Roman. I was like, with anybody, but he hits him more than anybody. But that's gonna be, your shit.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I get you.
With Punk, but he has to look at it from Punk's point of view when Punk was leaving. Like, this dude was mentally and physically drained, and at that point, he didn't really know who to trust or whatnot. This man wanted to be on his own. He wanted to leave because he was burnt out like almost a year before he actually left.
Yeah.
And so he still was there for a little while until he, like I said, he was just spent, exhausted from the travel and just being there, period. And he didn't like the environment. I mean, it wasn't the environment he wanted to be in. And so he just wanted to get away from business and try something else. You can't blame the man for wanting to do that. Yeah, you shouldn't ghost your friends or whatnot. And if they feel like they really were your friends. But like I said, if you don't know who to trust and you feel like, especially if you're on the side of this man, because that environment is what Vince McMahon created. And now that he's back, it's a whole different environment. He gets along with everybody. There's been no talk of CM Punk is, acting out of character or acting away towards somebody. He's either trying to help the young talent or, work with the talent he's working with on screen. Because even him and Drew McIntyre was, the beef they had on screen, but they were still look like they were working together when they showed that picture of everybody. They showed them around the ring. Now he's in a different, better environment. And so he wanted to get away from the toxic environment that he could feel like he couldn't thrive in, that he was exhausted from. And so you got to see it from his point of view. Yeah, he could have had a talk with you, but I mean, everybody ain't just gonna come out and talk like he want them to. I had a friend myself. I grew up with this guy, but he stopped talking to me. But we talked for like 2 or 3 years. And I kept trying to check on him. I was like, "What?" And that's what a friend's supposed to do: continue to check on him, but check on him when he's ready. When he's ready, he'll come back and talk to you. Everybody will think like that. And then we finally got up, and then once we did talk, it was like no time had passed, and we was cool like we was before. So, like I said, you got to give people time, and you don't know what they're going through. Just say you there for them or whatnot. But that's psychology stuff we talk about right now.
No, I get you. I look at it from a different perspective. From maybe Seth Rollins didn't see him as a friend. Maybe Seth Rollins just saw him as a student. Because again, Seth Rollins came to him asking for learning. CM Punk did that for free. He helped him, maintain in the business. And when CM Punk saw that his protege, if you will, wouldn't follow him out the door, he was like, well, you know what? I taught you what I could. If you want to deal with this, that's on you. But, this ain't for me. He walks out. I think Seth Rollins is just expecting too much. Maybe he saw the relationship different than what CM Punk saw it as. I think that could be the real issue right there. Because again, CM Punk might have just saw it as more business, while Seth Rollins could see it more as personal. Well, you know what, Seth? You need therapy. Because it ain't personal. It's just business.
Right. And CM Punk saying, "Oh, I'm not thinking about you. I want the world championship. I wanted it when you had it. That's why I was kind of going at you at the time. But now you don't. Okay.
Yeah.
Guess what?
So,
I want to go after Gunther or whoever wins that side I'm in the event. So that's what I'm focused on. But if you're going to continue to be in my face, I guess we got to, he said, like he said in the interview and backstage, I will fight anyone. I think that was maybe a shot about AEW. But a little shadow spot.
And listen, he didn't fight anyone. He might have choked someone out. That's all. Might have choked him.
But that's what he's focused on, that World Heavyweight Championship. And with what they got going back and forth right now, I thought this match would be at WrestleMania. Maybe it still will be, but it seems like they're like building up to maybe the first Raw on Netflix, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. What you think?
Well, maybe because, yeah, definitely. From a standpoint that people really got into the Roman stuff during War Games, that I think that may be the new attraction. Still don't know what Roman's going to do in the grand scheme of all of it, so it's up in the air who CM Punk will fight. I think it is good to go ahead and fast forward to CM Punk and Seth Rollins fight because this was supposed to happen at last year's Mania. It's just CM Punk got hurt, so it didn't get to that point. But yeah, let's just hurry and get it out the way. Don't want to drag it out longer than it needs to be. So that way we can get to more CM Punk feuds that aren't dwindling too long. So yeah, and plus, even if they had this match, that doesn't mean they can't revisit it. I mean, him and Drew had 3 matches. Him and Seth Rollins can have 3 matches. You can have one at the Raw. You can have one at, I guess, Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber. Then you can have a third one at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
because they were doing a trilogy.
I think they can do it.
Actually, what is after?
I'm assuming it's Elimination Chamber because like I said, Royal Rumble was in February and then March.
Okay,
Elimination Chamber was
Chamber. And then it's Mania. Okay, so that is it.
Yeah.
So there's nothing in between that. Oh, okay. I thought, I do miss the days of the fast lanes being before Mania because you're on the road to WrestleMania. Roadblocks because this is a roadblock to your road to WrestleMania. I miss those pay-per-views. Just the context of it. But okay.
And then, before all that, we will still have another Saturday Night Main Event, which is on January 25th. So it's a lot. It's a lot coming up. They're gonna do Saturday Night Main Event.
They have 2 of them.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do this like probably every month now. I don't know if they're gonna do maybe. I mean, the way it's looking, like someone for December and this one for January now. So I don't know how often they're gonna do the Saturday Night Main Events, but they already have 2 of those playing right now.
Okay, I'll look into that.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. And another match that was set for Saturday night's main event is Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. So that's gonna be interesting. But before Drew even came out there, Sami was trying to bury the hatchet with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he did. He buried the hatchet. I like how he did it too, because Seth was like, "Yeah, Seth." Sami was like, "Okay, I'll just leave you alone." And Seth was like, "Okay, then. That's what I wanted. Jeez, leave me alone. Thank you."
Right.
And then Sami was like, "Okay, so we cool now?" Like, yeah, that's what I need from you. Leave me alone.
Yeah,
Stupid Sami.
Because Sami was saying, like, okay, I didn't know how deep it was that you were CM Punk. You're just going off the deep end. Like, see, it's like CM Punk brings the worst out of you. So I'm gonna let you handle it your way. I got my own business. I want to. But he did compare him to Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins really took offense to that. But
yeah, that's understandable because Drew is blinded by hatred that he does not make the best decisions. Because he was a world champion. Like, let's not forget that he won the world title at WrestleMania, but he lost it because he couldn't help but just gloat in the CM Punk's face, who had nothing to do with anything. He just had to have that moment. Yeah. So yeah, I could see that being an insult.
Yeah, Drew should have just walked away on that one. But either way, El Campeon came out of that, so I was cool with it. Shout out to Damian Priest. But yeah, Sami made him. Yeah, I think talked about Adam Pearce said he already talked to him, and the match is set for that Saturday Night's Main Event. Him and Drew, but Drew came out there and blindsided him. It's like, but Sami came to the stage and just stood there like he was waiting on him. He was looking this way, like, which way he's coming.
Yeah, he was a delay. It surprises me when people come from like the side of the area. Like, can you not see him coming? But Drew does wear all black, so I guess he would surprise people.
I guess, but he was looking that way. What it seemed like,
I don't know. That's why it does kind of throw me off when that happens. He should have came from the back area.
Yeah. I thought Sami was looking like turn around and wave to the fans and whatnot, and then Drew blindsided him like that. But Drew took him out once again. I'm really favoring Drew in this match because I don't know. We come back with and especially after that lost to Punk, I really think he's just gonna try to really take Sami out of Saturday Night's Main Event.
Oh yeah, I got Drew. He's coming back from injury, but no, he's coming back from a timeout. I always pick the wrestler coming back. The only time I didn't is I didn't pick the Terror Twins against Judgment Day. I don't regret I don't regret that pick. Judgment Day should have won that match.
Yeah. But Drew was talking about, I could have been came back, but I'm a warrior, and I take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? So he trying to downplay the CM Punk victory and everything. He said, I just lost too much blood. That's all that was.
He took his eyes off of everything. Because you know what? He did commit so much time to the sport that he didn't commit it to his family. And I respect that about Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre is a stand-up dude. We should appreciate, man.
Oh, yeah, he's great, man. I think I might give him Superstar of the Year, man.
Well, I don't know about that though.
I don't.
I don't know about that.
It's just been a great year for Drew McIntyre. So I mean, it's hard to. He's very much in contention for that.
Oh yeah, contentious definitely. But if we're like giving it award, nah, I can't give it.
Do you have another name for me, or just not giving it to Drew?
The man who won the man who finished his story at Mania and quite possibly had the greatest world title win in the history of most of these people's lives.
Yeah, I mean, Toni is the guy. He's the quarterback, as you say, QB1. So
Yeah,
I ain't mad at that.
I have to say it's Cody. If it's not Cody, I'm not giving it to Jey Uso. He had a good second half. I don't know. I gotta think about it.
Okay, but and then just be like, well, speaking of Cody, did you check that video out where Triple H gave him something for Saturday Night Main Event?
Yeah, it's Stardust uniform.
God,
That's not what that is?
please, Lord, we say retro, but that's not the retro we talk about.
So listen here. Are you telling me Marcellus Wallace looks like a? Well, that's not the. Wait, that's the wrong movie, isn't it? Maybe that's the wrong reference. What does Marcellus Wallace look like, though? Anybody remember?
Not like him. Not like that. I did like that.
Anyway, but yeah, I did see that. That was a pretty good clip. So yeah, it's the Winged Eagle title, right? That's Winged Eagle. Now, is it the Cody? Is it the Cody's Winged Eagle, or is it the classic Hulk Hogan Winged Eagle?
Well, I'd say Bret Hart.
I know. I like that.
That's just me.
I get it. If you saw Bret with it, he was like the 90s champion, but I saw Hogan, so that's just why I say it.
Yeah.
But I ain't mad at the Bret one, though. I ain't mad at it.
For sure. But yeah, I believe it's the Winged Eagle. I mean, it'd be cool with Cody. It'd be the one we saw with Cody online. Everybody's seen that one. The especially customized Cody Winged Eagle title, which is fire too. It very much looks great. The Winged Eagle is, like I said, one of my favorite titles. So I'll be so happy to see it. I mean, I'm kind of salivating at the moment. I just want to see him with it. And Triple H make sure he said one night only, because Triple H, he says tears to the streets a little bit, just a little.
Yeah, he's a wrestling fan. He gets it. He's in. Listen, I know Triple H is on Reddit. I know he's on Twitter. I know he's in those comment sections. I know he's in all those groups. He's in SC Jerk. I know he is. Shout out to the SC Jerks. But anyway, real talk, what's your favorite Winged Eagle version? The Hogan version, the Ultimate Warrior version, or Mick Foley Hardcore Championship version? Because it's probably the Hardcore Champ. That one's broke. That's the one he's getting, right? That's one Cody's getting, the broken one? How did they fix it?
Nah. The only person that got the updated version was Travis Scott, if you've seen that. He got the updated version of that Hardcore Championship.
I have not seen that.
Yeah,
you got to pull that up.
Yeah, you got to look at that one, because it's the title belt they got now, but it like said just broken up and kind of got the hardcore.
Okay.
Yeah, Travis Scott got that. My favorite, like I said, you want to say the Hogan had.
Bret Hart, yeah.
Well, I saw the Bret or Shawn Michaels. That was like I said, great era where I was really growing up, and that's who I saw with that title first. So that's my favorite. Yet to own it right now, but I'm soon get it. Hey, if somebody one day want to hit it the inbox, send me a Christmas present. Hey, the Winged Eagle is my favorite. Let's go. What's up?
The Winged Eagle. So real quick, my favorite one is it's actually not the world title. It's I call this one the Brock Lesnar one. The championship one, him and Eddie went back and forth with. Yeah, the Undisputed Champion. That's my other favorite one.
Mine too. But I say that what Kurt Angle had, because that's my guy.
Oh, you call that the Kurt Angle title? Okay.
I put that a Kurt Angle. Yeah.
You know, this is actually a fun conversation. Like, whose belt do you associate it with? Like, the red belt here, who do you associate this title with?
It's hard not to say Triple H.
Well, I say Ric Flair, but okay.
I
get it. I get it. Okay.
Well, and the one Ric Flair debuted the title with, it looks way better than that one. I love that one, but I'm saying the strap and how his name was on it, bro. Ric Flair that was one of the dopest belts I've ever seen. But I think it was Triple H so much.
I get it. Yeah,
like 03 to.
Because that was his title at that point. Like, he was just the champion of that title. It's so the WWE Spinner title. How was that not John Cena title?
Oh yeah, everybody says that. I mean, I hate. It's a great looking title, but I hated that they kept using it for everybody.
Right? like when someone else won it, they should have just switched it back to the other world belt. And when Cena got it back, because it looked weird, and Edge tried to put his touch on it. That's a nice try, but it just,
Right. It was straight when Edge did that, would have put the rated R in the middle. That was still cool.
yeah,
But everybody just had the spinner title. The only thing they did, and they changed with it, it didn't spin.
yeah, that's right. Because Jeff Hardy had it, didn't spin, but Rob Van Dam got it. He did a little spinning thing on it. So
Uh, Oh, that's why I wish he held it longer, man. Cause I love that. 'Cause I always look at that kid for that video where he did that. Like,
one night stand, great
yeah,
pay-per-view.
what a moment, what a moment. But yeah, we'll discuss some more later. Like I said, with all the championships. But let's talk about the women's championship, the women's world championship.
Mm.
At the end of the night, boy, it had Rhea and Io holding it like, hold on, this is mine now. Hold on. Even though it's none of theirs, it's Liv Morgan's. But so with that, I was kind of surprised they didn't make that a triple threat and add Rhea to the Io man.
Well, I still question how Rhea gets a title shot.
Rhea?
Yeah, how does Rhea, who lost 2 world championship matches, deserves a world title shot off of a multi-person match? What kind of answer is that?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, she got the victory, got the pinfall. I mean, she's still chasing Liv Morgan. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, she's going to continue to pay her.
One thing to chase her, but I'm glad they didn't stick her in the match. I want to see her earn the title shot. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I get it. And so we'll see what happens at the Saturday Night Main Event. But to be honest, I kind of think Io might find a way to win this.
Oh, you think she's coming out with a championship?
Like I said, I think somebody's losing the championship, and I think it's going to be Liv Morgan.
So they're going to just get the title away from both of those two, huh?
Yeah. And let them
Okay.
hash that out, because they really don't need the belt exactly. And let Io, she can be a great champion, because she held the WWE Women's Championship from SummerSlam to WrestleMania. And
Yeah, she had
she had one of the best matches with Bayley at WrestleMania 40 this year. So I feel like they could put it on Io again. I feel like Triple H likes to put it on, his Asian talent, like Oscar and Io and yeah.
Io's had that title for 246 days, the WWE Women's Championship.
Yeah. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Io gets the title, even though I know we ain't talking about it yet. I mean, we ain't talking about SmackDown, but we're talking about predictions for Saturday Main Event. And it will be an even bigger moment if Kevin Owens does get the title from Cody. So I'm just trying to get to our predictions and think about, like I said, somebody has to lose the title at this show.
No, that's fair. And we could listen. I know we haven't watched SmackDown because anything can happen, and probably some elements on SmackDown will play into Saturday Night Main Event. But talking about Cody and Kevin, a part of me would love to see Cody come out with that belt, just to see him lose it to Kevin Owens in the biggest night of his career, because it's also in New York, the very state where his dad thought he won the title but didn't win the title. So I don't know. It's a lot to that. Granted, it's not Madison Square Garden, but still, it's in New York. However, I don't see Cody losing it. I would imagine one of the best pictures you can get is him holding that title after the match with the $1,000 pyro going on. So yeah, I imagine Cody's going to win. As much as I would love for Kevin Owens to win, because I think it'd be absolutely hilarious and the best story you can tell, I think Cody's going to win.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about what moment is going to be talked about after this show. And so I'm very much looking forward to it. So like I said, it's first Saturday Night Main Event happening in a long time. And so I'm really looking forward to what moment are we going to walk away talking about. Will it be Cody losing the title to Kevin Owens? Not to say he can't get it back before WrestleMania time, but
No, I know. I mean, yeah, there's always that thing you could get it back, but he can get it back at the Rumble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can get it back at the Rumble.
Because the Rumble is going to be stacked. Because what if Roman is in the Rumble in over what? How many years?
Yeah, that is right. He would have to be in the Rumble, wouldn't he? I didn't think about that.
Boy, that Rumble going to be stacked itself. So I don't know who this thing going to get. A lot of things are going any kind of way. Because a lot of things with today's WWE, a lot of stories are intertwined. So one thing can affect
Something else.
several different other stories. So
Yeah.
that's why I love, like I say, don't go any kind of way. So we
No, you're right.
definitely,
You're right about that. I do want to emphasize that a little bit because the Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn promo is a good example of that, about how they're taking past issues that Seth has with CM Punk, while Sami also threw in past actions that Seth did to Roman Reigns, brought up how his actions are reminiscent of Drew McIntyre, who had a feud that's outside of both of them, who also still brings up, it's like everything does intertwine. They're not oblivious to each other's actions in WWE. They're all aware of what's going on, and I do appreciate that.
yeah. I kind of want to bring up something a little bit about, you talk about Seth's actions. With Seth hitting Roman Reigns with that chair when he broke up the Shield, do you think that's one of that had to happen? That had to be one of the best moments to get WWE where it is today?
Wow. Yo, you're saying, well, I mean, I get what you're saying. Well, kind of. I think, honestly, looking back on it, it helped Seth Rollins more than anyone at that moment in time. Because Roman was still trying to find himself even after the fact. After the Shield broke up, Roman still came out with the Shield gear, Shield stuff, and he had trouble getting over the crowd. Dean Ambrose, he did well for himself. He was always just he did well for himself. You know, he was kind of here and there, but he was never that guy. Seth Rollins did get the recognition. I mean, Monday Night Rollins and all that. In the end, he did it for himself, and ultimately, he kind of benefited himself. I think he became the most benefited. It wasn't until Roman hooked up with Paul Heyman that he finally found himself.
Yeah, but Roman was still on top, no matter where the crowd liked him or not. He still won Royal Rumble, still had the World Championship, United States Championship, Intercontinental Championships.
He took the United States Championship as a demotion. Cena would never let you forget that.
Whoa, what a promo that was!
I saw that promo the other day.
I mean, come on, he beat the Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Oh, he retired the Undertaker. Yeah, I know. You never hear the end of that.
Hey, I was there for that one. I was there. WrestleMania 33. What's up? But Roman, like I said, Roman's still on top. And like I said, Moxley, what he's doing now, I mean, he took over, went over to another company, took that over pretty much the way he's doing, kind of running it. He's the only 4-time world champion over there. So all of them, the Shield changed the game. I mean, and itself was just, as the architect, he put the nail in the coffin. He started, no, I wouldn't say he put the nail in the coffin. He jump-started.
He put the domino effect. He was the domino effect. He was the one that fell that set everything off.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, I get what you're saying. From that chair shot breaking up the Shield, it did set stage for what we have now as far as future or present, in this point, present stars of the wrestling industry. Just faces of it. The faces of the wrestling industry is Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can see that being the case. Seth Rollins' chair shot was a important event to happen in wrestling for us to have what we have today. Yeah. I can see that.
And we're still benefiting off it 10 years later.
Yeah.
Still telling a great story from that. And so, I don't know. But like, he still created Roman Reigns. He still don't need to be that mad. I mean, calm down, Seth.
Let me ask you real quick. Just, 1 out of 10 shot, 1 to 10. How likely we get a all 3 Shield member reunion?
Oh.
Just at any point in the history going forward.
10 being the most?
Yeah, 10 being the most likely.
I give it a 7.
7. Okay. That's a little over 70%. Okay, 70% chance.
Yeah. Because
okay.
I think Jon Moxley has been talking stuff about, I really think he don't like the way AEW going. I really think that's how he feels.
No, you think this whole gimmick is just how he legit feels that the company is heading?
Yeah. And he's trying to do it in his own way. And like they're just not getting fully developed like we wanted to, and not fleshing out like we wanted to. But I feel like this is really how Jon Moxley feels. He trying to do his best as world champion to make it the way he wanted, but other people want to focus on something else.
Stay tuned, because we're going to talk about AEW.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think that's most of what happened wrong. I mean, what's his name? Ellering came back.
Yeah, that's right. He helped the Final Testament get a win over the Wyatt Six.
Boy, the Wyatt Six sound, they just in the mud right now.
That's how you feel about it? Not feeling the Wyatt Six, huh?
I mean, I was so into it when it came back, when it came, developing, and then it finally debuted and whatnot. And I like their kind of mission. They really developed on that of you know going after people that's did their family wrong or their team wrong or did manipulating somebody or manipulated them in the past.
I get that.
I'm into that, but it's just I don't know, man. They getting beat down more than what they need to. They need to be more dominant especially against the Final Testament. I'm like, come on, man.
Well, you just trying to listen, Final Testament's legit. Here's my beef with the Wyatt Six, and I guess it's my only beef I ever had with them. They just feel like a Bray Wyatt cover band. They don't have Bray Wyatt is what he was, right? You just can't mimic that. Well, you could try to mimic it, but you ain't gonna do a good job of it. Because only he knew what the hell he was trying to do. And when you try to do that with other people who just are just doing it, I mean, I don't know, it's like the Grateful Dead. Jerry Garcia passed away. You ain't the Grateful Dead anymore. You're just the band who performs Grateful Dead music.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like they've been left behind creatively, and
yeah,
that's what it just seems like, man. I really had I hope so. Maybe like I said, maybe they can turn it around or something like that. Like I said, I did get interested in what they were doing with Karrion Kross and whatnot. So, but I don't know. I'm just kind of lost with it right now. It ain't intriguing me right now. The past couple weeks.
I hate to say it, but maybe they need a reboot.
Again, jeez.
They are rebooted. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But like I said, we will see what happens. I think we got all our predictions in for Saturday main event. Like I said, we said Drew. We said I think Cody's might still win. I'm picking EO. What else? What else?
Yeah. As far as the rest of the matches, so yeah. Well, we don't know who's in the finals for the United States Women's Championship is, so that I can't call that immediately because they got to finish that out.
We're kind of waiting on that, I guess.
Yeah. You say you're picking Gunther. I have Finn Balor. Well, you got Io Sky.
Yeah.
You make a pretty good case on that. I'm picking Liv Morgan. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Liv Morgan. I got Drew McIntyre, and as much as I want to pick Kevin Owens, I just can't pick against Cody.
Yeah, it's hard to do it right now because what we trying to see the stories going on with Cody. He got a lot more story to tell with that championship. I feel like.
Yeah, he does. And I mean, you can continue the story of him with losing the title. That's what he did with Braun Breaker. They told a Braun Breaker story while also trying to tell a Jey Uso story all at the same time. You can do both, but I feel like they're just not going to.
Right. Yeah. Well, we can tell a story about NXT right now because we got a big match coming up at New Year's Eve. We got a few weeks, so we're going to let it marinate. We're going to see where they go back and forth with it. We got Oba Femi versus Trick Williams. Boy, these two guys, oh man, it's hard to say who's going to win this match.
Yeah.
I know Sean, and I think you might be sticking for Oba. I don't know. But I think Trick going to find a way. Yeah, but I think it's going to be hard hitting. I know Oba going to, like I said, he might still be able to toss Trick Williams around. But Trick going to come back and hit that trick shot, and I feel like he might get that done.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right now, because, we still got a lot of time building up. But if we're doing early picks, I pick a Trick Williams only because, for what it's worth, he's the face of NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see him losing that title anytime soon. And, I just want to put it out right now. The next face of NXT will be Javon Evans, regardless of what I may think of him at the moment. I think he's going to get better. It's just, he's developing. And, I'm just not into amateur sports. I don't like to see the developing product. I don't want to see my food get made. I just want my food. So, yeah, I just want to see Javon Evans when he's complete product. Then I appreciate him more.
Okay.
But he's going to be the next face of NXT.
Javon?
Yeah, about 3, 4 years from now.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 5.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, he's young. Like, he's got a lot of time under his belt.
Yeah. I mean, look at it like that, yeah.
He's got nothing but time.
Yeah, we talk about Javon Evans. Well, I don't get to talk much about Javon Evans because he's doing well, but he beat Wesley once again. But going back to Oba, boy, he's saying he's finally been getting what he wants. He's been waiting for the fight Trick Williams. And I think Trick Williams been waiting to, come face to face with him because they did. Only thing they did before was like a quick, bypass in the backstage. But now we really got them face to face in the ring and getting set for one of the biggest matches that's been NXT for a long time. But they weren't in the ring alone. They had Eddie Thorpe out there making allegations.
Eddie Thorpe felt like such a waste of space, but okay.
He did. He did feel like an extra out there. I think the crowd was saying that too. The crowd kind of motioned to him like, "Hey, get out here!" Like at the Apollo.
Right. Eddie, what do you say that you're doing here right now?
I mean, fair point. Like he felt like his chance was taken away from him because he earned a match in the Iron Survivor, but he was quote unquote taken out. If you saw this whole show, he took himself out for what he says. But back to the beginning of the show, he said he wants justice, and he feel like Oprah did it. He feel like I ain't never got hit like that before, and I feel like he was over. But Oprah was like, bro, did you see me do it? I'm a big guy, dude. I mean, come on. Well, if I would have did it, you would have seen me. I don't hide for nobody. I'm the ruler of NXT. So what are you talking about? Shut your mouth. I ain't got time to waste on you. I'm talking the truth. I already got my match. If you want to set up a match with Trick, fine. But gotta be before I do mine. I could be either one of y'all. Basically, I feel like he was saying.
He's got the confidence, and I mean, he's definitely got the dude. I don't know. It's hard to pick against him, honestly, in this respect. I did like his promo performance in this segment right here. It's just I don't see Trick losing anytime soon. But again, it's still a long time before we get to this match, so they're still kind of just building.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big right but we're gonna see, man. Like I said, Eddie Thorpe, he wanted to talk to Abel because Trick was like, "You think you're gonna be the one? Well, come on." Because like I said, you talking on Joe, like you said, you ain't get your shot. Go ahead and talk to Abel and set it up. I'll fight you next week. It don't even matter. And that's what happened. Eddie Thorpe got his shot with Abel, but he also spilled a little bit of beans. Because they're able to try to figure out like who attacked him or whatnot. And Eddie Thorpe said, "You're looking at him. I did it to myself. Because why would I want to go through hell with like 4 or 5 other guys? And I'm getting it right here." So he had a plan, and it came to fruition.
Yeah, it's called thinking smarter, not harder. Yeah, I get you that. Working smarter, not harder. Yeah, I give you that one.
But he got his one-on-one match, but can he capitalize? And do you want to go against Oba next? Because either way, Oba family has a shot against you, has a shot for the World Championship. And so you say he's one of the strongest guy in the locker room. You really want to go against that right now?
Hey, listen, when you become world champion, you sign up for that. You sign up for challenges like Uber Femis and Roman Reigns and stuff. That's the thing, right? That is the burden that comes with being world champion that I think some people kind of underlook. They think, okay, I get the world title. I'm the king of the mountaintop. Yeah, but guess what? Underneath that mountain are a bunch of hungry wolves and elephants and tigers and a whole bunch of other dangerous animals.
Oh my!
It's hard, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not what everybody thinks it is. Like, but if you're in this business, that's your either way. That's supposed to be your goal. Be that world champion. So, and he found it to a world title shot. So here we go. So we got Trick defending the title against 2 guys in the next 4 weeks. So we'll see and that's what Trick feels like. It's about who you beat during your championship reign. That's what makes your reign. What makes you great is the people who you beat throughout your reign. That's the one thing he believes.
So let me ask you, how do you feel about that? He did say that. Is that a legitimate legitimacy to the title reign? Is it about who you beat, or is it about how long you hold it?
I don't know. It could be about both, but I mean, yeah. I mean, if you ain't just like people kind of downplay Cody's run after he won a WrestleMania 40 because they think about his feud. It's about the feuds you have and the matches you have during it.
Well, wait a minute. Is it about the feud or just who you beat? Because that's 2 different things. Because your feuds could be kind of, but in the context, you had a match against them.
Yeah. So I guess so. You're right. I don't know. It's how you look at it, but I do like that line. I know it resonates with me. Let me say that.
No, I get you.
About who you beat and what you went through this title reign and how you defended it.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons I like John Cena so much, because how he defended it. I know a lot of people like it, they thought he was winning all the time, but I just like his matches and how he was kind of struggling through 'em. And just like with Shawn Michaels too, he makes you believe he about to lose his championship, but he fights through all of that. It's a bunch of championship reigns like that, like Ric Flair, John Cena, like Fraxium on. We're talking about NXT. We're talking about Fraxium, Nathan Frazier and Axiom. I like their reign right now because they fight through. You don't think they won't win, but they fighting through these challenges. They really proving why they're the champion. And that's kind of what I like.
All right, I hear you. It's just
You taking on all come.
No, I get taken on all comers. I'm not disagreeing. I'm only just kind of curious in that because you have some champions who have decent reigns, but the challengers, when you look back on them, it's like, he didn't really fight anybody. But you look back on it and be like, well, he had the belt for a while. In some cases, he just had the belt a lot of times, depending on the person.
Yeah, I mean, and that's another way you look at it too.
Oh, and then real quick, and also in another standpoint, like the winning aspect of it. People kind of downplay Roman's title reign because they're like, oh, the bloodline always helps him. Does that diminish Roman's title run? Because he did have a lot of help, especially in that back end?
Because it was entertaining throughout. That's one of the best stories. Bloodline is one of the best storylines ever in wrestling.
Well, forget the storyline. We're talking about just his title run as champion. Is it tainted because of the cheating?
He's a heel. I don't mean that to me because the reign was entertaining throughout for 4 or 5 years. Like, how you make a reign entertaining for 4 or 5 years, bro? And he did that, and he made it prestigious. I feel like, and he like that when he in that rare air with the top 4 were longest reigns of all time.
Yeah, he's in that. Yeah, top reigns of all time. Yeah, he had it since 2022 and lost it in 2024. But mind you, he had 12 world title matches in between that time.
He won in 2020.
20? Hold on a second, because it's the Universal and WWE. Hold on a second. There it is. I got to look at the Universal one. Okay. I got to go back to Universal.
And so, and it's still people who want him to get the belt. If he had a chance to get the belt back right now, people want Roman to get that belt back. That's how I feel like great of a champion. People think he thought he was.
Okay, so he did win it in 2020. He beat Jey Uso, Braun Strowman, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens. No wonder why he's upset. Daniel Bryan, Edge. Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Rey Mysterio, Edge, Cena, Balor, Lesnar, Sami Zayn. Seth Rollins won by DQ. He beat Goldberg. He beat Brock Lesnar again. He beat Matt Riddle. He beat Brock Lesnar again. Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, 4 times. Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, LA Knight. In one night, he beat AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. And lastly, he lost to Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And like I said, they were, his interest, Michael Cole was stayed out. That list in his interest. And they built up how prestigious his reign was. Like I said, they said he was in that rare air. And that's the point I was going to. Like, is it better, like you said before, is it better to have the longest reign, or is it better to show how many times the champs you are?
Oh, yeah. See, that's another thing. How many times have you been champion? Because that's the thing with Charlotte. You look at Charlotte, her title reign is like less than a month because she's always getting cashed in on when she wins it.
Yeah, or just losing a period.
Yeah, she's become a transitional champion to some degree.
Yeah, that's why I said a lot of her title reigns didn't mean nothing. I go and think Booker T said, like, yeah, he likes how many times we're champion. And that shows how many times the company depended on you throughout many years or many times. You know what I'm saying? At different times. They always come back to you depending on you. They want you to hold that ball. Want you to lead this locker room.
Well, hold on a second. Let's not say that. And that 5-time world championship Booker T had happened in the 2000 era of WCW. That ain't necessarily the biggest crown to put your hat on there, King Booker.
Hey, but I mean, it's one of his things. It was one of his, catchphrases.
It is.
Five times. And people put prestige on it because he just made it great with just saying that.
No, Booker T is great though. I don't want to take anything from it. Booker T also did say wrestling is about checks and championships.
Yeah, and then he still got the world title in WWE also. And
He
so
did. A little
he made a
winner, but he
career
did.
in both places, both companies. It depends on the person. Like I said, the man has to make a championship. Don't let that championship make you.
Ooh, man makes money. Money never made the man. That's what
Hey,
LL Cool J said.
hey, ew. Somebody who talking about champions who defended that championship again is Tony D'Angelo. And he beat Ethan Page. I don't know how Ethan Page got his title. I guess they did something backstage.
Yeah, I think he had like an agreement or a deal or something.
Yeah. But Tony D'Angelo retained. And this led to Ethan Page just really questioning himself. He got interviewed on the way out. He was outside. Surprised he didn't get attacked at this moment.
But that's a dangerous area.
Yeah. So you were down in the dumps. Now you don't get kidnapped or something. And they say,
Right.
like, go ahead and get to your car, bro.
That's why he's trying to do the interview so the cameras could be around till he got to his car. That's why he did it.
Right. Be like Kevin Owens, interview me in my car.
Right? It's the safest place to be.
But yeah, he said he lost the Iron Survivor and he lost his chance at the NXT North American Championship. And so I guess he's trying to find himself. And maybe he'll find himself on another show in the transfer window. Who knows? But we're going to see where he lands and see who Tony D'Angelo faces next. Because I feel like that could be Javon Evans' shot right there. Because Javon Evans beat Wesley on NXT. So maybe Javon Evans have a shot at Tony D'Angelo.
Maybe. I don't know. That's a very strong possibility. Javon Evans has he held the world title? Has he held the title yet?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can see that possibly happening.
Yeah.
North American champion.
I mean, it'd be nice. Cause I mean, like I said, he already got a crowd behind him, man. You know, they call him the young OG. And they love his action in the ring. I think he's pretty good on the mic because he coming at anybody.
Yeah, he's pretty good on the mic. He's not bad. He's 20 years old. He's got so much time ahead of him.
Right. He's so young with it. Like I said, that's why I call him young OG. It's like he's been in there for the longer that he has. So I'm very much looking forward to it. For his trajectory. But you're talking about the North American title. Let's talk about the women's North American title. What's her name? Fallon Henley.
Yeah. Let me get back to it.
What? Boy. I saw they keep looking more like Toxic Attraction every time I see them.
Yeah, it doesn't really help that their name is also what Fatal Influence. It just sounds so much like Toxic Attraction.
Yeah. And she looking more like Mandy Rose. I mean, she don't look like it, but I mean, she kind of do. I don't know. And then you already got Gigi, not Gigi Dolan. They'll fight Gigi Dolan. What's the girl name?
Tatum Paxley or Jamie Nix? Jesse Jane?
Jesse Jane, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse Jane was already in that group. So, I mean, like I said, it's just a repeat. I feel like they're trying to bring it back. Because, I mean, Toxic Attraction took over NXT for a long time for the 2.0 era.
Yeah. That was, up until Mandy Rose left.
Yeah. And after that, so I feel like they're trying to get that back. But we saw Shotzi Blackheart come back. We didn't see her in a long time.
Yeah, in fact, she coming back in NXT. She was on SmackDown, but it's good to see her back on NXT because then she may need to be in NXT for a little while.
Yeah, some of the mid-card got people in the main roster. I feel like some of them just like they staying in one place. I feel like they need to go NXT. See if they get heated up down there or something because they're not doing nothing on the main roster. It's just a few people like that.
Yeah, just go reestablish a character, Yeah,
I feel like that's what NXT does for some people. You come back down, especially they get a world title shot down there or NXT title shot or something like that. So I mean, hopefully this does something for Shotzi because I feel like they really like Shotzi and like her energy and the way she comes off. But I don't know, she's not the best in the ring. I don't know. She's a character. I mean, that green hair makes her really stand out. So, I mean, that's almost the thing I can make her.
That's the thing about it. She is a character. Like, I'm not too big a fan of Shotzi either, but she has a presence about her that's either hard to look at or hard to take your eyes off of. There's no real in between.
Right. So, we'll see where this goes because, I mean, Fatal Influence still got to win this night on NXT. She ain't doing too much. I don't think she came out afterwards, ain't it? Because it was Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley. But she came out afterwards, so I don't know. We'll see what it... I'm sure they're going to do like a 6-woman tag next week or something like that. So we'll see where that goes. The biggest thing was Roxanne Perez and Julia having that face-off. And we're trying to figure out if Julia will actually get this title this time. I feel like she lost before because of Cora Jade, and Cora Jade is still teaming with on the side of Roxanne Perez. So let's see what kind of chance Julia has this time, even though she does have Stephanie McCool on her side and Kalani Jordan. She has more of a fair fight. Let me say that.
Yeah, I don't think you do this match a second time and have Julia lose, especially if you do it at a pay-per-view. I think if you do this, I think Julia's going to win. I think she's going to be a cornerstone of the women's division along with Stephanie and Zarya, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what the next plan for NXT in 2025 is going to be, but I imagine that Trick Williams and Julia are going to be very prominent pieces of these puzzles.
Yeah. And I feel like Roxanne is ready to move up. So there's probably a few people down there ready to move up. As I said, Ethan Page may be one of them, but like I said, he lost NXT right now. He's had a shot at both of the big men's championships. Has won one, but couldn't do another. And then now he's like a counter and dump. So I feel like he might find himself somewhere else eventually, pretty soon. And I feel like
if Ethan Page does get called up, where do you see his ceiling on the main roster? Well, let me put it this way. Let's say you get called up in 2025. Where do you see him being a year after that?
Depends on his mic work. He's done decent so far. His character's all right. I'm just not a fan right now. I still see him in the upper mid card range.
Upper mid card.
Upper mid card. I say that.
Do you think he would have held a title by that point, or at least be in a prominent position?
Possibly. I'm trying to think about who's up there right now, and I feel like it's a lot of contender. It's getting back to where it wasn't like the attitude, ruthless aggression era, where it's so many people to choose from that could be in those positions. Everybody's really fighting to have their spot, and so right now I don't know. I don't see him. It might take him a little longer than that, a little longer than a year.
Okay, because right now we're speaking in that term. We talk about Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable. You have people like, oh my goodness, I don't know where you put. All right, to answer my point of it, I think at the best he could be a tag champion.
Yeah, you can see if Waller and Theory finally break up, he could team with Waller. After the Theory is going to be the face of that. He could team with Waller and have a tag championship with him.
Be interesting to see. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of. I like Ethan Page, but I get where you're coming from. I get where he is. It's true. I don't know. I like Ethan Page. I ain't really got nothing bad to say about him, but I can't really put him on like this high pedestal.
No, like I said, it depends on his mic work and how he grows on the main roster. Because he's like I said, he got NXT champion. I didn't think he's gonna get that for real, but he ended up getting it. He snuck his way into that, and then he finally got beat by Trick. And Trick had a fair shot at it, and so.
He won it in a fluky way, though, so there's just that. So but, I don't know.
You can do that on the main roster also and get a United States or Intercontinental Championship.
Whoa, buddy. This is the pros, okay? You do that stuff in the amateur league. You don't pull that up in the pros. In the pros, you got people like Gunther and seasoned vets like Sheamus. Good luck trying to just land on someone and falling asleep to a pin. You won't have a Shane Spears pulling someone out the ring in the middle of that.
I still don't understand that thing, how you won that either way.
Amateurs.
Yeah. But like I said, we'll see where all that goes. But NXT is doing great numbers right now. Great, especially with the women's division. And like I said, we got a huge match with Old Boy and Trick coming up. So we got a lot to look forward to NXT. They're coming up.
Definitely.
Even doing better ratings than Dynamite. But that's it.
I didn't think it's going to go there.
Bischoff said it. I don't know what you want me to do.
But Bischoff says a lot of things.
I know, but I'm saying, that was facts, though. It was facts. This one was facts.
Yeah, they actually put like a 600 rating on this past episode of NXT. It's fascinating.
Yeah. Well, speaking of AEW, let's go on. I know you've been itching to talk about AEW. So we're going to get right over to it.
All right, Big Winter is Coming episode. It was a big deal. They had quite a few matches. They finished, they continued the Continental Classic matches. But I do want to talk about your boy Jon Moxley because they started the night off with the tag team match with the Death Riders versus Jay White and Orange Cassidy. And I got to be honest with you, I didn't really care about this match because it's just, I didn't understand the point of it, but I did find interesting that Hangman involved himself. And then what was after the match, I found even more interesting. And what's your opinion on it? So Jon Moxley did a whole promo on the back, talking about how he feels as if AEW is full of egos and people who thinks it's all about themselves. And then he challenged everyone to a fatal four-way. He challenged Jay White, Orange Cassidy, and Hangman to a fatal four-way. Let me ask you, do you feel like it was a little too soon to put all these guys into one singular match, or they could have just milked this out a little?
I thought they could have milked it out. I ain't think all full. I mean, Cassidy just had a match. I thought it was going to be like Hangman and Jay White, or Hangman versus Jay White to see who fights Moxley. That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought too. And I don't know. It's just, so it's like, am I to believe that Darby Allin is really going to be the guy to beat Jon Moxley?
Right. Hey, this man just got beat by what?
Claudio?
Brody Lee, Brody King. I'm sorry.
Brody King, yeah, Brody King.
Now, I keep saying Brody Lee all the time. R.I.P. Brody Lee.
Yeah, R.I.P.
But I mean, yeah, he beat himself up. He beat himself up in the interview.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that in just a moment too. But still,
Yeah.
it's just like, I mean, I hate that. Well, it's going to be a good match, undoubtedly, right? It's a fatal four-way. Yeah, who doesn't enjoy it? But it's just that I kind of want to see them slowly get through each opponent. Because from the standpoint of Jon Moxley saying that this place is full of egos and AEW ain't what it's supposed to be, I'm still not clear on what he wants it to be. Like, what is the ideal AEW to Jon Moxley?
I mean, that's what I was saying before. Like, his ideas is not fully developed on screen, and it's not fleshed out. But it's something we got something we don't really get in that heel asking for a fatal four-way match.
Yeah, I know, that's different.
And so he doesn't care about all that. He don't tell about the pain or whatever it is. He wants this. He wants to show all these guys he's the top dog. He's still the king. And so he don't take them all out at once. I mean,
that would be so weird. I don't know. And then, you got Christian hanging in the back. He still got the Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah, no clipboard.
We'll see how that plays out.
Tracing that man around up in there.
Yeah. He ran up surprised.
All right, that man bust through the glass. I was like, dang. But yeah, I feel like it's a big. I don't know. Him and the Death Rider. I know he got installed on. He got the Death Riders in the back, and it always got his back. In his fatal four-way match, it's a no disqualification, so they can interfere anytime. Just like we was talking about earlier with the Judgment Day in that match.
Yeah.
That's a great match on that main event. But this is at World's End, and so anything goes. And it's very interesting to see what Moxley will do. But I still don't explain why we don't see the championship.
Yeah, I'm still not too sure about that either. Like, why? He makes it seem like we're not worthy to see the title, but it's like, John, you still haven't made clear what you want. You know what? I hate to be that guy, but I do want an NWO style takeover. Look, I really do want to see a situation where they get at least three more people. I'm not saying it's got to be overly convoluted like NWO was, because they had like 63 people in like less than 4 weeks. I'm not saying it needs to be like that. I'm just saying I want to see them get people on their side and thinking what they think. Honestly, I still don't understand why Private Party has no interaction with this group, because I almost feel like we're led to believe that Jon Moxley smashing Isaiah's hand led to them winning the tag titles. But no, even just nothing. It's like those two are in two separate islands. Like they don't even know they exist to each other. It's weird.
I don't know. I mean, at Private Party got their titles and they moved on. They got contenders with Leo Rush and
Action Andretti and Top Flight.
Top Flight. They about to go at each other, see who's gonna fight at Private Party. So
which
they just happen to be champions right now. They don't want to deal with. They don't probably want to deal with Moxley. They want to be champions and defend these titles against anybody else except them.
They could be part of Moxley's crew. They'd be like, you know what, Jon Moxley's right. We listen to Jon Moxley, and look what happened to us. It'll be like an Ozempics commercial.
I think probably like they ain't got to join a group, but they can say, "Oh, we believe in what Moxley's saying."
Right? I don't know. I just want to see some progression. I just want to feel like here's my deal. I just don't want this Moxley takeover thing to feel like it's only happening to a select group of people. Because at first it was only happening to the bottomest of the mid card, which is your Death. Oh my God, what was it called? The Dark Order. And then it brought in Orange Cassidy. And now, because of circumstances of Orange Cassidy almost dying, you have other people joining. You know, it's really weird. I want to mention this too, FTR. So FTR got themselves a little involved because on Collision, Jon Moxley and his crew beat up Orange Cassidy because Orange Cassidy got in their face. In the locker room area, they were going to chug a Drano or cleaner down Orange Cassidy's throat. FTR stopped them and made it seem like we ain't for this type of business. The next night on Dynamite, this past Dynamite, FTR runs a promo where FTR bald, I think Dax, he's pretty much talking about, hey, we ain't got a problem with you guys, but if you got a problem with it, what do you mean you don't have a problem with them? You just stopped them from doing what they were trying to do. You obviously have a problem with them. Oh my goodness. I'm ranting. I don't know, just what's going on? I really feel like sometimes AEW has a whiteboard of a story, and then they tell everyone, okay, just go out there and try to make it make sense, but not everyone is on the same page of what they're trying to say.
Guys, that's how I continued complain about AEW, about consistent story and making the story make, like I said, just making it make sense a lot of times. And that's what gets me to the point when we talk about bringing up Darby, and in an interview with Tony Schiavone, him saying, and Tony Schiavone says it's one of the most important times for AEW, talking about the Continental Classic. I'm like, yeah, the Continental Classic is great with all the great matches we're getting, but how's this the most important time in AEW?
Because it's about the wrestling. It's where the best wrestle. Watch the best wrestling tournament. Never mind the story where the guy is literally trying to kill one of our top baby faces with Drano. Never mind that. The biggest story is actually the Continental Classic. Never mind any other story, especially with Mariah May and Toni Storm. Nah, Mercedes, that ain't a story. It's the Continental Classic.
That's what it's saying.
Like Darby's in this whole, Darby had his whole, he ran his car into the Death Rider's vehicle, trying to kill himself to kill them. But now he's in the Continental Classic tournament. It feels like you're being preoccupied, Darby. Why aren't you after them? Why are you in the Continental Classic? And on the flip side of that, why is it Pac in the Continental Classic? Give me that guy.
Yeah, because he's one of the top guys. I feel like he should have been in there, but I mean, Claudio's in there. He's doing great work. Even though he lost to Ospreay.
Yeah, that was a good match too.
But he still lost. He's won about 3 matches in the Continental Classic, so he's on the top, one of the top guys. I feel like.
Yeah, they both have 6 points, so they're doing really well. I will say, speaking of the wrestling, that match between Claudio and Ospreay was pretty good, and Mr. AEW himself, Ricochet, he had a pretty good match with Brody Lee. I'll admit that. I hated that promo, but he had a good match.
Goodness, we'll get that Ricochet promo right after this. But I just want to continue to talk to Darby.
Yeah, sorry.
He told me he doesn't care about the pain or whatnot because he even hit himself in the mouth and his mouth started bleeding. It's like, I don't care about this. I care about stopping the, Death Riders and what they're trying to make AEW out to be. The Continental Classic is what AEW, it shows what cases what AEW is, and that's what Tony Schiavone said. It's one of the most important times in AEW. So, I mean, I feel like they just don't care what anybody else is saying. Story's cool, but we're here for the best wrestling. And that's what you're getting in the Continental Classic. Great wrestlers going at each other, no story needed. It's just about who really wants this. And maybe, like I said, it's great, but it's not going to garner the masses. A lot of people, we love wrestling, but we love story with wrestling background.
So let me ask you this in that context. The most important thing is the story over the match?
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fair.
Like I said, much as I like great wrestling, because I'm amazed at everything in this Continental Classic, and that was what's going on in all these matches. But again, I say, give me a reason why these two are fighting. Why do I care about this guy more than this guy? Why do I hate this guy? Why do I want to see him lose? Why do I care about who wins this whatever championship? Why do I care about which title is more prestigious or which one is on top? Or how long somebody holds the title? You know what I'm saying? it's your character that gets you over. It's a story you're telling. And like I said, I still like AEW because I get this type of wrestler, and I know a lot of these people from other places.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. Yeah, I really do like AEW's wrestling. That's the only reason I watch Collision and I watch Dynamite. I really do enjoy the wrestling, but I am a story-driven person too. Even when I was a kid and you had action figures, you made up stories, and while your action figures are fighting, right? They weren't just fighting each other. If I'm playing a video game, I got a backstory on why is Ken fighting Ryu? I know there's a reason in the lore of Street Fighter, but I have my own reason because I didn't feel like reading the lore of Street Fighter. In the end of it, there's always a reason for things to happen. At least for some people, and that's definitely for me. I liked Will Ospreay had a match against Claudio, but if they had a match against each other and it was outside of a tournament, it just would feel like a throwaway match. Give me stakes. Give me urgency. Give me a reason why I want to see them lose, like you mentioned before. So I hate that AEW has these stories that are good in context, but poor in execution, whether it's this, that, or the third. That's my biggest beef. The stories aren't bad in the meat of it, like what they have as a premise, but then it's just the follow-through and the cohesiveness. It always falls apart at some point.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we just have so much high hopes for it, because, like I said, it's supposed to be the alternative.
Yeah, that's the key thing.
Yeah, and maybe like I said, it still is. It's just an alternative of what we some things we like at WWE, because we don't like everything about WWE.
No,
Because
I do not like the
we
tech.
like some people should win it when they are winning when they shouldn't, or some of their stories are not coming through, just like what's talking about the Wild 6. They've been left behind creatively.
Pure Fusion Collective. I don't even know what they're doing with them. Why are they even still a team? What did they do?
Right, but I mean, you're not gonna get everything right, but get at least your biggest stories right, at least your biggest world title, Intercontinental, and stuff like that. But and AEW title, TNT title, get those stories right and make them make sense and keep us engaged. But sometimes it just it don't work out. But yeah, I mean, like I said, these matches, they kind of the classic are some modern day classics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I very much, and it came up to be next week we're gonna have Darby versus Ospreay. We was talking about Darby, and so that's a match I ain't even think about. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what this tournament does, or this series of matches does. Cause matches you think you want it, but then we getting right off. But there's no story to them. That's what it kind of. It's a little let down, but at the same time, it's still intriguing in a sense, because we get to see these matches.
No, I hear you. I'm just, I'll tell you, I hate to be like Tony Schiavone, Darby and Will Ospreay, and I'll put butts in the seats. I'm not Darby. Darby is my McFoley. I ain't got nothing for him. I do not care for McFoley.
Oh.
The same way. Well, in case no one knows, you are definitely not the biggest McFoley fan.
Not at all.
Yeah. However you feel about McFoley, that's how I feel about Darby Allin.
Man, that's some strong feeling.
Yeah, I
understand you, brother. How do you feel about how Ricochet beat Brody King in this kind of class?
Mr. AEW himself. You know what? I will say,
the creator.
All right, yeah, that's right. The cornerstone. All right, we're talking like the rock that AEW was built upon. That's who Ricochet is. It was a good match. I'll admit, I did want Brody King to win, and only from the standpoint because Brody King is like 1,000 pounds compared to Ricochet. Ricochet was bouncing off of this dude.
Yeah.
I had a real hard time really grasping Ricochet beating him. Brody King should be dominating most of this tournament, considering who's in it. His biggest opponent should be, I'm not sure, he's in the blue league. No, he's in the gold league. But it was a good match. The wrong guy won. I'll say it. I like Ricochet. But Ricochet has also been taking quite a few losses, too, though. He kind of needed a win. So that's the other side of that coin, too.
He beat Commander, and now he beat Brody King. So, I mean, you got 2 wins in it. So, I mean.
Yeah, everyone beat Commander, though. I think Commander's in there just to take losses, which I'm fine with. You want to talk about someone else I can't stand? Put Commander on that list, too. I just want to put this out on the air. I hate Commander's wrestling style. This little bouncing and tightrope walking, that's the dumbest piece of wrestling I've ever seen in my life. Commander, you are an embarrassment to luchador wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says or anyone believes. You are maybe a talented little high flyer, but your little fancy footwork on the ropes is some of the worst wrestling I will ever watch in my life. I hate watching Commander matches. Yeah, really. Well,
Exactly. I mean, hey, come on and show him. Come on and show and speak your piece.
I've been sitting on that one for a while. I've never liked Commander. Never. Oh my God, I couldn't stand this dude.
But before this match with Ricochet and Brody King, Ricochet had a promo, and a lot of people are really bagging on this man about this promo, man. I'm talking about this man is going comments like this man is never going to be good on the mic. It's just not going to happen. Please stop talking. And no one in WWE didn't give him a mic. All kind of statements making about this one promo he did, and that laugh he did going off from the promo. I was like, what is that?
You know, he's he's Kobe Bryant with it, man. He Kobe Bryant with it. All right, that's what he's doing.
Well,
Don't look at me like you must have missed when he said that too.
Well, I must have, because Lord, that ain't what came to my mind when you start talking.
When he had his match against Will Ospreay, he had a promo. It was like a little sit-down interview with Renee, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll be Kobe Bryant with it."
Oh,
It's a little bit longer, but Will Ospreay cooked him. He cooked that dude.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the biggest moment of the promo when he held him that MVP card, he still had the card, and so with all the statements he's been making and like him holding the card and how he's talking and whatnot, is he going making his heel turn soon?
Well, heel turn or not, he just needs to get MVP to speak for him. Just here's what Ricochet needs to do. He just needs to, if there's a microphone in front of him, he needs not say anything, especially if it's turned on.
Hey, the crowd goes mild.
I don't want to be so mean to these people, but no, he needs to go ahead and join the Hurt Business. He already got the suit. I mean, just be part of the group.
But can you see him saying we hurt people, Ricochet?
No, he don't need to say anything. He needs to just be. You ever seen an episode of The Simpsons where like the Chinese mafia pops up and Homer's like, I want to see what this guy does. He ain't done anything yet. And Marge's like, need to go in the house. He's like, he's probably gonna do something cool. That's what Ricochet needs to be. He needs to be that guy who just stands there looking cool, and you're like, he's gonna do something cool. You want to wait to see it.
Yeah,
and you don't need to say anything. Just be that guy.
I got you.
By the way, he did do something cool. They went into the house and Homer didn't catch it. It's a great episode.
Go ahead and watch it. I think watch that biggest corner episodes if you want to do that. But either way, okay, I'll stick to say. Like I said, we'll wait and see because hopefully Ricochet gets some more wins on his belt. And like I said, boy, they need to follow that up with him talking to MVP or doing something like that because that'll make him way more interesting. Because like I said, I feel like, especially after the bold step he made about him being one of the reasons AEW's around, I feel like that's turning him into a heel in the fans' eyes. And so this only makes sense if he goes down that road. So it'll make him interesting in itself.
I don't know if you see, he be going back and forth with Reddit quite a bit. I kind of think he is trying to be heel.
Yeah, because he been arguing with fans and whatnot, especially with the Samantha thing. I mean, which just makes sense because you stand up for your woman and whatnot, but some fans are just not worth, talking to or, whatever. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't want to. Let me ask you this. So I was talking to someone on a different show about this. People interacting. If you run a wrestling company, do you want your talent interacting with people on Twitter, or would you rather be like, dude, just don't do that. Don't go back and forth with them.
I mean, like I just said, a lot of people it's not worth it. I mean, I understand interacting with your fans, engaging with your fans. That's what this age is, or social media and whatnot. But like I said, everybody's not worth it, man, because they gonna bring it, because that's gonna whatever you say is gonna be all over the internet. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So no matter who that guy is, that person is a no name. We don't care about what he said that way. We might look a little sentence. We focus on what you're saying, and so everything doesn't deserve a response.
No, you're right about that. Some people, I totally agree with you on that because I hate people going back and forth on Twitter, especially if you're in a prominent position. Why are you degrading yourself to this Joe Schmo, a nobody? Honestly, you may not even be a real person. It could be a bot. But someone brought up the point, they grew up in this. It's a day and age where a lot of them are just so used to it. They pointed to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant created burner accounts to go back and forth with fans. And it's like it ain't hurt his game. It's like, I get you, and I guess I just don't like it. It's just a bad look for me.
Yeah, that's a lot of analysts and media guys talk bad about him though for that. What are you doing? Focus on your game.
Hey, 2-time champion, 2-time Finals MVP.
We're not going down that road, boy.
League MVP.
You ain't got it with nobody. All these other teams, you had great stars, but you still ain't got it. So Curry got you your championships. Whatever.
Oh, wow, that's a discussion for another day.
Yeah. Hey. What?
We'll start a basketball podcast in an hour and refinish this conversation. I'm kidding.
Hey, NBA Champions Corner.
There we go, right?
Hey, but I mean, you talk about that with like rap beef too. Like somebody trying to go in like J. Cole or something like that. But he ain't got to respond to them if he feel like the beef ain't worth it.
Hey, that's what J. Cole did in that old Kendrick Drake beef. He was like, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out.
Yeah. I mean, that's a little different. Like, he did say something at first. I was talking like people talking about Jay-Z also. Like, they might say something about him, but he just doesn't respond because he feel like it ain't worth it. Oh. Like, you ain't big enough to come at the king, right? You ain't big enough to come at number one.
I'm all about dollars. Who the F is 50 Cent?
Still on
it. 50 Cent be going at Jay as a late.
That's another thing we want to talk about.
Right, that's a whole other topic too. But it's two different shirts right now.
Hey, boy.
Keep this about wrestling, though. We got to keep this about wrestling.
I know, but God, the post 50 Cent put up by Jay-Z, I'm sorry, I got to put yeah. They just accused me and Diddy of doing this thing to a little girl. Well, let's go see Mufasa.
Let's go see Mufasa real quick. Let's check out they showing Mufasa real quick. Let's go check this out. Never mind all that news.
Hey, that was terrible. Shout out Blue Ivy. She got a cameo in the movie.
She looks just like her mother. Spitting image. She looks a lot like her. Okay, maybe my eyes are working. I got 4 of them. Maybe they ain't working.
See, all up in that. Anyway.
What am I looking at then? Okay, but really, go ahead.
Nah, okay, well, yeah. That AEW. So I also want to talk about her day in a different way than we thought. Toni Storm return. We all seen it. I feel like probably the biggest news of this past Dynamite.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But and we thought Toni had retired, but she retired a timeless Toni gimmick. That's what it was. And she's back to what she was before. But in my mind, it's like, didn't you go to timeless Toni Storm because this gimmick wasn't working?
Ooh. So that is the question, right? Like, you kind of went back to a former gimmick, but people really like the timeless gimmick. And not only that, even your protege, Mariah May, she was using your gimmick. That, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know. What if it's a one-off? What if she only came back just as Toni Storm to make her presence felt, but this is not her character?
I mean, I really want to see where it goes. I thought she changed just because it wasn't working when she got AEW.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's different because she already had the crowd now from her time with being timeless Toni Storm. So maybe she already got the fans behind her. So maybe it'll work this time. But going against Mariah May, yeah, if she does, because I think Mariah May has to go through Thunder Rosa first, because Thunder Rosa in the crowd had different signs.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think Thunder Rosa has the time. Well, let me ask you this, though. You talk about what was this Toni Storm? Like, if I had, so, you can pinpoint who a character is, at least by a dynamic of what they are, what the motivation is. What was this Toni Storm?
This Toni Storm was always like a not punk rock. Like, what's the guy name who could play the guitar with I don't know if it was the Rolling Stone.
Motley Crue, saying something like that?
Yeah, Motley Crue. Who was the guy who always had the shades and had the, like, big hair and the top hat?
Slash from Guns N' Roses.
She seems like the female Slash of the...
Or AEW in this case.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sorry. I mean, but she was doing the same thing in WWE. That's all I'm saying.
Or NXT UK, because she was in the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
That far back.
But that's what she seems like to me. Like that rocker chick, and now she's a fighter. And
Okay.
like I said, I said it's about getting the crowd behind you. And like I said, she had the crowd from what she was doing before. So maybe it'll work this time, but I don't know. And I'm trying to think, when are her and Mariah May going to fight? Because I know Mariah May already has a match with Thunder Rosa. So it almost kind of negates those matches she's going to have with Thunder Rosa, because we want to see her fight Toni Storm again.
And you see, that goes back to the whole thing that no matter who she fights, we all felt like she wasn't going to lose until Toni Storm came back anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know when she's going to fight Thunder Rosa, because I don't think she's fighting Toni Storm until Grand Slam, and that ain't until they get to Australia. I don't know when that is.
February.
Okay, well, there you go then. So, yeah, she may not fight until February.
Yeah, that's a little while to wait, because it's like,
Oh, yeah, February 15th. Yeah, look at that.
yeah. So why bring Toni back now?
Oh, because you got to plant the seed. It's going to, look, it's okay. It's weird because it is long-term storytelling in the short-term process. I just don't know how they're going to tell the story with the Thunder Rosa part in there. I feel like it's just a little road bump. Once she gets past that, full-on Toni Storm story.
I guess. But
She has a match coming up soon.
Yeah. I know we both kind of like Thunder Rosa. I just don't see her having a chance in this. Like, it just seems pointless with Toni Storm right there. Yeah, we kind of wait her to come back to fight Mariah May. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, I know. And I hate to see Thunder Rosa get thrown away like this, but, you know.
Right. I mean, but how do you think Mariah May has been as champion?
Honestly?
Yeah. Like, who she is. And she, I'm saying, I see her as like being this glamour chick that gets very violent for no reason. Now, I mean, reason because she has to fight to defend her championship, but with her turning on her, her mentor just out of nowhere, it's just like a sociopath. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's a good comparison.
Yeah. That's why I see her as, and she's like one of the mainstays of AEW, even though, and she's really making her own. So I think she really is the leader of on top of the women's division. Not just because she has a championship, because her character, how she portrays herself, and she'll go after anybody, even her mentors, who she continues to call her friend.
Okay, I mean, that's a good way. When you put it like that, that's not too bad. Me personally, if I had to do a grade, let's do a grade, right? Call me professor and all that jazz. This is a very C+ title reign for me. Look, she beat Toni Storm for it in their first challenge with Nyla Rose, and then she beat Yuka. Then she beat Willow Nightingale. She beat Anna Jay twice. Like, what am I supposed to make out of that? She beat Mina. That's a pretty... Like, here's the thing. My biggest concern after Toni Storm lost the title to Mariah May was, what does Mariah May do after this? Who is Mariah May? All I knew Mariah May to be from watching AEW television was someone who came from Stardom, who had a run being a protege under Toni Storm, who mimicked, copied, and eventually took over as Toni Storm. And her thing has just been the Toni Storm knockoff. Now I'm supposed to look at her as that she's a top woman at AEW. Well, I hear you, but there's someone who be dancing. I don't know, you may have heard her name is Mercedes. And I don't know, I feel like she's had a better set of people that she's beat as the TBS champion. Honestly, I'm not a big Mercedes fan, but in order for Mariah May to be that top chick, she's got to beat Mercedes.
Damn, that ain't gonna happen right now.
I hate that they don't put... Why are these two divisions so separate from each other like that? And especially the TBS champion, they go on these long winning streaks, and it's like they don't even get a win of the world champion. That's my beef. I feel as if Mariah May wants to be that top dog, she's got to beat Mercedes. Because I feel like Mercedes, for all intents and purposes, is the top dog in AEW.
At
least in the women's division.
She's fighting Anna Jay, I believe, next week?
Yeah, how's Anna Jay getting all these matches? I tell you. Congratulations, Anna Jay, getting world title shots and TBS matches, yet you're losing it this much?
Yeah.
Only in America.
But like I said, yeah, I'm ready to see that match. And I don't think I can buy time for Toni Storm. Can she beat it in that women's cup that they doing right now, that little tournament they doing right there?
No, I think it's already started. She can't be in there.
Dang.
And that, as far as I'm concerned, that's Willow Nightingale's to lose. She should win that, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. until Toni came back. So I was like, okay. I'm trying to see what's going to buy Tony's time until Mariah May and Thunder Rosa finish their feud, or they back and forth.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm pulling for Thunder. She ain't gonna win, but I'll pull for her because I always root for Mina.
Yeah,
Thunder Rosa.
but yeah, I'm ready to see where AEW goes. I hope they have a bigger plan for 2025. They got a lot of shows being on there. They continue to advertise it all in. That big old belt buckle all in the screen. I can barely see other stuff going on.
Yeah, I hate how they do that advertising. Like, come on, I still want to see your show. Okay, can I at least watch your show?
I still want to see it.
Seriously.
I might take a little jug, but I still want to see it. Yeah.
And we got to talk about Big Boom AJ. He's going to be at All In. Okay, fine. We ain't going to talk about Big Boom.
Yeah, they going to keep him around that long. Gee, that's what, because All In is what, July?
Yeah, that's right. July in Texas.
Okay.
It's going to be in a baseball stadium. They already sold $1 million worth of tickets. You want to go to All In? You all in?
Hey, if I can, I'll be there. Should they put it up? They advertise this early. Maybe they should, like they should. I hope they have some story made out for that show. Because, I mean, those shows usually be good anyway. All In show.
Yeah, they usually do, but they also usually happen outside of America. This will be the first one in the States since the first All In.
Yeah, so
I think.
Hopefully people come up from all over. But I mean, like this, SummerSlam is right next to it, close to it. So I don't know. Yeah.
All In.
But I think I'll be for AEW. But we got, like I said, we got Saturday night's minute. We got coming up. We got World's End for AEW coming up, and the Fatal 4-Way matches. I think that's the only thing that's made right now, just for that. Saturday, the main event coming up, and then that is Raw for Netflix. Saturday night main event is this Saturday. We will have our recap coming up for that, after that. And you heard our predictions. Let us know your predictions for Saturday night's main event down in the comments. And go down and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. And go ahead and hit that merch shop button. Go ahead and hit that merch shop. I'm putting this up like I was wearing it right now. I ain't got it on right now. Well, join us, like I said, next time on the Champions Corner. We'd like to welcome you back next time. And like I said, leave us comments. Hit our DMs up. We'd love to talk to you. But until next time, we'll say peace out.
Good night, everybody.